All right, my water's boiling for my eggs, so let me just do that real quick with one hand. This right here. I'm gonna eat 3 eggs today, so let me just drop them in. And eggs are like 8 grams of protein, I think, per egg. Let me put on a timer for let's see. I'll do 8 minutes because that's how I like the consistency of my egg. And then I got my waffle in there. I'll probably talk more about the pros and cons after I deliver. I want to take you guys along for a delivery. This is a really short and quick and simple one, just so you guys know what it's like, just so I can give you a little look into what it's really like delivering for Amazon Flex. Is it the best side hustle app in 2024? Will it help you get your bucks up? I'm trying to help you guys out a little bit, let you guys know what it's like doing these side hustle apps, let you know what it's like, because I'm going through it as well. I'm figuring all this stuff out just like everyone else. But yeah, I want you guys to say hi to my baby Jasper. That's my baby Jasper right here. Hi, baby Jasper. He's such a good boy. Hi, baby Jasper. Fuel is very important to get into your body, especially doing something like Amazon Flex. Let me reiterate that. You gotta take care of yourself if you're doing stuff like this, or really if you're just doing anything in general that requires physical strength, I guess. You want to get fuel into your body. I'm just gonna stress it anytime I can. All right, so I'm gonna eat this food, and I'll get back to you guys probably right before I'm about to go, so we can really see what it's like doing Amazon Flex in 2024. And really, we're going to find out, is this the best side hustle app to do to make an extra buck? Stay tuned. All right, so I just got finished getting ready. I'm ready to go, basically. But before I left, I just wanted to sit down and talk more about Amazon Flex. I don't know how much of the first part of the video you'll be seeing. I was up making breakfast, getting ready, didn't shower yet, so my thoughts were kind of scattered. But now I'm able to sit down before I go. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Amazon Flex and just give my thoughts on like the current state of the world, I guess. Just because I've seen a lot of videos of people talking about it. And my cat is just being crazy right now, so he's gonna be a guest. Say hi to the camera, Casper. Say hi to the camera, Jasper. Anyways, so yeah, Amazon Flex and all these other side hustle apps, they're good ways if you don't want to work a 9 to 5, if you don't want to work the traditional job. If you're like me, who doesn't want to work the traditional job, who just really easily gets burnt out, just because like I'm the type of person who really just wants to do things that they're passionate about, and I'm a super hard worker. Even when it comes to things I don't want to do, I learned that from my parents growing up. Just put your head down and put in the work. But obviously that only gets you so far. Burnout is real. Mental health issues are real. Doing something that you don't want to do for an extended period of time will put some wear and tear on your mental state and even your body. So Amazon Flex, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Walmart, Spark, all those things are super good like entry-level side gigs that you don't really need anything but a car and a license to get started. Obviously, if you don't have a license, if you're in high school or whatever, you're going to have to find something else. But one of the biggest things I have to say is these people talking about side hustles, getting out of the matrix, being able to live and have a good wage, living freely, living independently, all that stuff. Like if you're 16, 15, 14, like I have 2 little brothers. One's 2 years younger than me. One's 9 years younger than me. He is about to go into high school after next year. And I just know, like, learning all these things, seeing all this stuff getting thrown in your face. When I was his age, when I was in 8th grade, YouTube was a thing. I was even making YouTube videos back then. I always knew, I didn't want to work a regular job. I always knew I wanted to do something else. wanted to work for myself. Just seeing that growing up and seeing, you know, like people be able to live without working a 9 to 5, and seeing people work a 9 to 5, seeing my own mother like work a 9 to 5 and barely being able to be home. That's just not what I wanted to do with my life. So if you're young, anyways, what I was saying, if you're young and you're seeing these things and you feel overwhelmed, it's perfectly fine to feel that. It's perfectly fine to feel overwhelmed, feel lost, feel like you're already falling behind. Just know that's not the case. Just know if you're 15, 16, 17, 14, if you're not an adult, or even if you are an adult in your 20s or late teens, it's okay. It's okay to not know what you want to do. I just turned 22 last week, or like 10 days ago. It's okay not to know what you want to do. Just keep it in the back of your mind. Keep it in the front of your mind. Always like try to work at doing something. Anyways, I've been trying to make YouTube work for 10 years, made gaming videos. They didn't really work. I was consistent for a little bit, but I just didn't know what I was doing. But either way, even when I didn't know what I was doing, I always had it in the back of my mind that this is what I wanted to do. I always had it in the back of my mind that I need to keep working at doing something. Because if I want to not work a 9 to 5 my whole life, I have to figure out something. Yeah, if you're young, basically the whole thing I'm trying to say is if you're young, just keep working at it. Don't worry about getting ahead. Don't worry about falling behind. If you put in the work, and if it's really what you want to do, the universe will present the opportunities to you. You just have to be honest with yourself. If you open your mind to what you want to do, if you meditate on it, if you constantly write it down, if you constantly try to manifest it, your dreams will come true. Anything you want to do, anything you put your mind to, you are able to achieve it. So like that's the biggest message I have for young people. Just focus on manifesting your dreams. Focus on working hard to achieve those dreams, putting yourself in positions to find opportunities, and when the opportunities come, just to be prepared, because that's the biggest takeaway I have in life. Just prepare yourself for the opportunity so that when the opportunity comes, it doesn't pass you up. You actually will be ready for it, and you'll be able to get ahead when the opportunity is given. And whoever's giving you the opportunity, or in whatever way that opportunity presents itself, you'll be ready. And that's just a good look. It's a good look to be prepared. It's a good thing to be prepared. You don't want to be unprepared if something that you want in your life happens to you, because that's how opportunities pass you up. That's how life passes you up. You have to be in control of your life. You have to prepare yourself. You have to be ready. Anyways, rant over. Back to Amazon Flex. I'm going to give you 3 cons and 3 pros. 3 pros and 3 cons of Amazon Flex. The number 1 pro, like I said before, is, to me, the freedom to pick your own schedule, and work on your time. Blocks open all the way from like 3 in the morning all the way to like 7 o'clock. So the whole day worth of blocks, and the blocks range from 3 hours all the way to 5 hours. 3.5 hours, 3 hours, all the way up to 5 hours. There's like schedules for anyone. There's blocks that can fit anybody's time schedule. So that's the pro number 1, just the ability to choose your own schedule to work on your time. Like I said, someone who doesn't like to work a 9 to 5, that's perfect for me. The first con, I also mentioned this before, is having to use your own vehicle. Obviously, it's a no-brainer that if you're working Amazon Flex, you have to use your own vehicle. It's still like something I want to mention, just because you do put wear and tear in it. You do put wear and tear on your car. I have like a small SUV. With that being said, my car can handle like the wear and tear. It had pretty low mileage on it when I got it, so I feel comfortable putting wear and tear on it. With that being said, if you have an older car, you probably feel the same way. Like you feel fine putting wear and tear on it, just because it is an older car. I think Amazon Flex is perfect for the people that have older cars, or newer cars that they don't mind getting wear and tear on. That doesn't mean if you don't fall under those 2 categories that you can do Amazon Flex. Just in my opinion, that's probably like the best situation to do it. Even though it is a con, that's the upside to it. For example, I track my mileage in my phone. Let me just read off like the mileage. So the first time I ever did Flex, I put 42 miles on. That was the mileage of the trip. and the highest mileage I ever got was 125 miles. So I had to drive all the way from Portland to Salem. If you don't know the distance of that, just look it up on Google Maps. Portland to Salem, I did a block for like 3.5 hours, and that's when I put 125 miles just from that trip. So obviously that trip was kind of not worth it, but it was just put like a lot more mileage on my car than the trips normally put. The least amount of mileage that I've put on was like just recently. Well, actually, the least amount was from like my 4th trip where I only had 52 miles. Most of the time I get a pretty good block where I'm only putting like 50 to 60 miles on my car per block. So to me, that makes it just like even better to not have as much wear and tear. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna put wear and tear in your car. That's just part of the game. If you don't want that, then this side gig stuff, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that stuff, it's just not for you. You can find other stuff to do. There's a million other side gig stuff. You know, that's probably what I'm going to be like focusing this channel on a little bit, is just like testing out different side gigs or talking about different side gigs and seeing what's working for you, what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Pro number 2, I did mention this before also. The physical exercise, the physical activity, to me that's a big plus. In my life and in everyone's life, physical activity should be important because everyone only gets one body. You need to take care of your body. You need to put healthy food into your body. You need to get physical activity for your body and your mind. Your mind is part of your body, so you need to exercise that too as well. The physical exercise you get doing flex is not the best, but it's decent. If you do flex multiple times a week, you're getting like at least like I don't know the amount, but you are getting a good amount of steps in, and you are burning calories, and obviously it is important to be drinking water while you're doing all this. But that's the second pro on my list, just the physical activity that you get. Like I said, my normal job, I'm really just sitting at a desk and cleaning up, doing overnights, so I don't get a lot of physical activity in that. That's just another pro to doing flex, the physical activity. The second con of Amazon Flex. So the second con is there is kind of a skill gap. Not to say that if you don't learn the skill gap or if you don't figure out the learning curve, you're not going to have success. Just in my opinion, there is a little bit of a skill gap, and you want to do research on like people doing Amazon Flex like this video, just so you can learn like the tips and tricks to really be efficient and to really make your whole entire block go smoothly, and so you can finish your block in like as little as amount of time as possible. I hope that made sense. But like there is things you need to know that can be a little bit tricky if you've never done delivery or if you've never done any side gig type of job. So let me just walk through the whole process. So you go in, you sign, you put your ID under a scanner, and then you get matched up with a block. You go find the block. You go find your cart that matches up with the block. You bring it to your car, and this is where like the first tip comes in. You want to bring a Sharpie or some type of pen, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take a picture in the app, like scan the barcode of the package, and figure out where that's at on your itinerary. It'll tell you what stop it is, and then you want to write it down, and then in the back of your vehicle or wherever you're storing your packages, you want to put them in order. Like the way I do it is I put the first 5 stops in my front seat next to me, and then 6 through like 15 I'll put in the first row in the back of my car, and then so on and so forth behind the first row, then behind the second row. Like those are things, something like that is what you really want to do when you're doing Amazon Flex. Making sure you like park in a good area. So like if you're like, this is a very specific example, but let's say you're delivering on a street and then there's a cul-de-sac, right? So the street's on the left side. Instead of stopping, walking across the street, delivering the packages, getting in your car, turning around and leaving, you just take the extra second, drive around the cul-de-sac, park on the side that the house is on, deliver the package, get in and get out. You want to be as fast as possible, and you want to find the most efficient way as possible to deliver the packages, just so you can get finished early and so you can enjoy the freedom. Because that's the whole point of doing stuff like this, having your own personal freedom and being able to just enjoy your own life, not having to worry about money, not having to worry about clocking into a 9-to-5 job. But yeah, so the learning curve, that's something you're going to have to learn, something that I'd really recommend you do research on just so you can get ahead of the game. That's the second con, but it's not really negative. The third pro of Amazon Flex is just like the atmosphere of delivering. I did say in the second con, it does get hectic, but just the atmosphere. You can put on music, you can put on a podcast, you can put on an audiobook, and it's very leisurely. Like if you get a good route, which at least to me, most of them are pretty good routes, you can just relax, kind of turn your brain off, put it on autopilot, knock out all the stops, listen to music, listen to an audiobook. That's like a very big life hack. If you're doing Amazon Flex, listen to an audiobook, listen to a podcast, so you're exercising your brain, you're gaining information in your brain while you're making money. So just the time while delivering that you're able to have to put back into yourself by listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts, listening to music, that is very valuable time. And you want to look at everything, kind of, not everything, but you want to look at things through that lens. Like, how can I maximize my efficiency? How can I really get things done with the amount of time that I have? So that's the third pro, just what you're able to do while you're delivering, because it's kind of just something you can put your brain on autopilot for. The third con of delivering with Amazon Flex, there's no protection. The third con is that you have no protection as an independent contractor. So if you get hurt, you got to have insurance independently. If your car gets hit, you got to have insurance independently. There's no overtime. So if you want to work a lot, you just get paid what you get paid. You get no benefits as an employee. You get no benefits as if, let's say you're with UPS, right? They have a union and they have certain conditions and all that stuff. You don't get that with Amazon Flex. You're just responsible for yourself. You're responsible for the work, and that's it. To some people, that might be a con, so that's why I put it in here. To me, as an independent person, is just someone who likes to get their own shit done. It's not really a con for me, but I just figured I put it in there just so we're clear and so people know what they're getting into when doing Amazon Flex, because that's the most important thing. Like I said, just doing research, what it is you're getting yourself into, so you can prepare yourself and so you can knock all these side hustles out. And yeah, that is the 3 pros and the 3 cons to Amazon Flex. Right now, it is currently 10:31. I'm about to leave in 10 minutes to go deliver. I got my GoPro over here. I'm going to use that to take you guys with me, and hopefully you guys enjoy that part. I want to show you guys how Amazon Flex really works and give you guys kind of tips and tricks on the way. I don't know if I'll bring my harness with me. I actually have a harness. If you are subscribed to this channel, even though I don't upload, if you are subscribed, I appreciate it. But I did upload a long time ago. I uploaded actually working at Amazon, and I had the harness with me, showing you guys delivering in the delivery van with a bunch of stops, delivering to places, all that jazz. It was a shorter video, but you kind of got the point of it. I will make a comparison between Amazon and Amazon Flex probably later down the road if this video gets a little bit of traction. If not, I'll probably still make it just to make it, just so I can document it, and just so if anyone happens to come across it, they can see the difference between going with Amazon Flex or working at an Amazon delivery partner. But yeah, that's all I really had to say. So the next clip will probably be me at the warehouse or me driving to the warehouse.
All right, everybody. So we are at the Amazon warehouse right now. I walked inside and checked in. So what you do basically is you walk in, there's a little spot with an iPad where you scan your ID. So I scanned my ID, and basically I checked on the app after I scanned my ID, and they told me, it gave me this prompt, which is basically saying, please wait while we prepare your route. So my route isn't ready yet. They're probably still putting the packages onto the cart, and then they put the cart into the spot, and then I go to the spot, get the cart, bring it to the car, and then load my packages. So that'll happen sometimes. All you gotta do is just wait, really. So I just hop back in my car, gonna wait till this message goes away and it tells me what staging area and what cart my packages are at. And then I go get the cart and I'll load up the car, pretty simple stuff. Another tip. So what you want to do, if your block starts, like my block starts at 11:30, get there at 11:15. Make sure you're there at 11:15, 15 minutes prior to your block starting, because you can check in 15 minutes early. And who knows, maybe if you check in 15 minutes early, your packages will be ready and you can actually get out on the road before your block starts. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening with me this time, but you never know. Right now it's 11:20, so probably going to wait another like 5 minutes. That's usually how long it takes for them to get your stuff ready if it's not ready yet. But either way, I'm sitting here waiting until my stuff's ready, until my packages are ready. I'll let you guys know when that is, and you'll see me load the stuff into the car. Alright, so it is now 11:33. Like 13 minutes passed while I had to wait for my route, and this screen pops up. So this shows where I gotta go pick up my cart. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go load these into the car, and we'll be on our way. You saw me loading all those packages in. This is my route right here. So we got about a 30-minute drive to our first stop. And then it should be smooth sailing from there. It's raining right now, so that's gonna be something that we gotta keep in mind, I guess, while we're delivering. Hopefully it's not raining where I'm delivering, but if it is, that kind of sucks because I didn't bring a jacket. So that's something, I guess. Hopefully I'll still be able to record me delivering some packages, but right now I'm gonna turn the camera around so we can get some shots while we're on our way, and I'll update you guys in a little bit.